Okay, so this is week 7, Thursday, Introduction to Algebra, semester 2 for Math 6. The first question here says, each class in your middle school is making Valentine's cards to sell at an affordable price to elementary school students in your district. The cards are boxed in groups of 12, so that's the first important information that you should go ahead and underline before they route to the elementary school. Find a way to determine how many cards have been made when various number of boxes have been routed to the elementary school. So each of them, the boxes, contains 12 cards, okay? Find a way to determine how many cards have been made when various number of boxes. So X equals a number of boxes. That's what I can see. I can also understand that if I do 12 times X, that will give me the number of cards that was sent, right? Because there are 12 cards in each of the boxes, right? So if, let's say, if X equals 6, X stands for what? What does X stand for? Number of? Nope. X stands for number of boxes. So if X is 6, then how many total cards would you have? How would you figure that out? You have 6 boxes. How many cards in each box? How many cards are in each box? You're going to read this one more time because I'm not. Are there 2 cards in a box? Really? I don't think there is. I think you need to read the question again. The cards are boxed in groups of 12. So 12 cards in a box. So 6 times what? 2? I don't think it's 2. What does that say? No. There are 12 cards. Hold on. The cards are boxed in a group of 12. Cards are boxed in a group of 12 before they are routed to the elementary school. So there are 12 cards in a box. So 6 times 12 will give you the number of cards that was sent. Does that make sense? This is just an example. There are 12 cards in a box, Grayson. So 1 box equals how many cards? How many cards are there in a box? What's this number? If you're not an answer, I'm not going to help you. So there are 12 cards in a box. So how many cards are in a box? 12, right? Here is a box. There are cards numbers 1 to 12. How many cards are there in a box? What do you think it is? 12. This is the box. There's card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How many cards are there in a box? 12. If there are 6 boxes, how many cards are there total? And how did you get that? Yeah, you didn't multiply 6 by 2? Okay. Find a way to determine how many cards have been made when various number of boxes have been routed to the elementary school. Tips. To begin the problem, can you find how many cards were made if 24 boxes were routed to the elementary school? This is a hint right here. If there are 25 boxes routed to the elementary school. So first thing you want to do, you want to say X equals a number of boxes. Each box equal 12 cards. Those 2 things are the most important right now. I want you to write those down. Write it down. If you don't want to write it down, we could stop right here. So I'll pause this until you're ready to move. So if there are 25 boxes, in 25 boxes, there are, how many again? 300? 300 cards. That's what you need to write down. Then the second part you need to write down. This is part A. Part B. In 40 boxes, there are how many? 480 cards. What did you do in each case? Write an explanation to describe what you did. So, what did you do in each case?
I multiplied them both by 12.
And why did you multiply by 12 and not 2? No. Why 12? Why not 2?
1 box is equal to 12 cards. So if it's 25 boxes, you would multiply it by 12.
That's what you will explain. Multiply each box by 12 because there are 12 cards in each box. For 25 boxes, that'll be 25 times 12. For 40 boxes, that'll equal 40 times 12. That's good. That's what you explain. Okay. Next step. Organize your information into a table or graph. How would you describe your table or graph? Explain if the district routed more boxes than those shown in your table or graph. Can you see a pattern that goes beyond your table or graph? Write a description. So if we're going to do a table, let's go ahead and do a table on Excel. You want to do a table on Excel? Okay, because remember how we did that Lego problem? Where it was like the dog or the, I don't know, bird or whatever. Okay. So how do you want to create your table? Let's go ahead and try that. Well, let's take a look. What is the important information that you will need for your table? Look at the information that you just did in the last problem. Okay, so 25 boxes, one was 40 boxes. What should the title be 25 and 40 be? It could be 30 boxes, it could be 50 boxes, it could be 180 boxes, right? What should be the title of that? The number of boxes shipped, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's see, where's my Excel spreadsheet? Hold on, it's not here. Let's see, just share. There we go. All right, so this one will be number of boxes shipped, right? We had 25. We had 40, right? And what should be another important column that we should have for this? What was the number that we use? 12, right? What does 12 stand for? What was 12? Number of what? Go back to your question and read. What did number of cards in what? In 20 boxes? In each box? In 50 boxes? In what? Not in boxes. In what? In 2 boxes? Are there 12 cards in 2 boxes? No. Number of cards in each box. This is important because one box gives you 12 cards, right? How did you get 480 and 300? But what does the $300 represent? What does 480 represent?
In those boxes.
Good. That's the next title. This is total numbers of cards shipped, right? Total number of cards shipped. So let's take a look. What if there was 0 box? What if there was 1 box, 2 box, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Should we just keep going? Oops, we need this in. Oh, actually, it's not doing that. 18, 19, 20. Hold on, let me see if I can change this a little bit. Maybe I can do this and then drag it. Oh, good. I did that. And let's keep going. And let's keep going all the way until, I don't know, until when, but do you see how, like, if we keep doing this, it'll keep going, doing this like this, versus us just writing it down? I'm gonna go all the way to 50, right? Are the number of boxes gonna change? Are number of cards in each box gonna change? No, the number of cards in one box is never gonna change. It's always gonna be 12 cards in a box, right? But what is gonna change is a total number of cards sent, because that depends on the number of boxes, right? Do you see the number right here? These are the number in the boxes, right? All the way to 50 box. Do you see that? What's the difference here? How are you getting from 0 to 12, 12 to 24, 24 to 36, 36 to 48, 48 to 60? What's the difference here? How do you get from 0 to 12?
Plus 12.
Yeah, from each of the boxes, do you see the difference? What's the difference? What's the similarity here? They're all 12 because every single box you're going to increase by 12, right? For every extra box you have, you're going to increase it by 12, right? So then for your table should look something like this. So copy that down. So we'll go back to here. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. No, yeah, that is. Oh shoot, I saved this under the wrong one, but that's okay. Okay. Here's your table. You need to copy this table down. Do you understand? Do you understand? So get a ruler, copy it down. Yeah, right now. Grab that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and write this for you and help you write it. Okay. It says write a description of your pattern, or it says what if the district routed more boxes than the one shown on the table or a graph? So the first part you can write if the district routed more boxes what would happen? What do you think will happen if they routed more boxes, like more than 40? Like maybe they routed 41 boxes. What would happen? Yeah, each box will be increased by what? No. There will be an increase of what for each box? Yeah, there will be more or less cards. There will be more cards shipped since each additional box will have 12 more cards than the last box, right? Okay, can you see a pattern that go beyond your table? Is there a pattern that go beyond the table? And also with this one, I'm gonna put A right here because that's A, that's B, and that's C. So there's A. What do you think B? Can you see a pattern? What is your pattern, Grayson? What's the pattern of boxes here? Let's go back to this then. Here. Go back to this one right here. Difference in each box. What's the pattern? It's just 12. Every single box has 12, right? So for part B, what is something that you can say? What do you want to say for part B? How should I start it? Go back to the question. What does the question ask you?
It asks you,
Can you see a pattern? You should say the pattern, what?
pattern
Cards. Every box will have 12 more cards. So if X equals the number of boxes, X times 12 will equal what? The total number of what? No, of cards. X equals the number of boxes. If X equals the number of boxes, X times 12 equals the number of cards. Just like when you did 40 times 12, and just like when you did 38 times 12, or whatever it was, right? Or 25 times 12. Okay. So then C, write a description of your pattern. So for C, you're going to write the description of your pattern. I'm not going to do it for you. So for C, the description, you can just go back to the question. So how would you write it? How would you start the question? The what? And also put a space right there. You figure it out. The description of my pattern is, and the reason I wrote it that way is because, look, it says, write a description of your pattern. So you answer the question. The pattern, the description of my pattern is, does that make sense? Okay. Last part. Extend. What does it ask you? Read the question.
perspective and that asks you the motion in a table or graph. Can you see a pattern on that table or graph, right? And it's looking good.
What key aspect of pattern, what is the key aspect of the pattern you have described? So for that one, you're just going to go back to your question and respond to it. And it should be something to the effect of, I feel like a lot of these questions are like very repetitive. Like it's asking the same thing over and over again, right? So you just answer over and over again. The key aspect of the pattern is, and then describe it. Yes? So then this is A. B, express the pattern use. Okay. So this right here is going to be A. Okay. What does B ask you? What does B ask you? What does question B ask you? See where it's labeled B right there? Right here. Express what?
Is
Express the pattern you see using B to stand for the number of boxes. Okay, so B equals the number of boxes, right? Okay, and then what does C stand for? Equal total number of cards. So express a pattern you see made for a total. Well, that's the same thing that we just did over here on this side, like right here. So if X equals the number of boxes, then 12 times X equals the total number of cards, right? Except right now, they would always want to use B for the number of boxes, okay? So then you can say if B equals 25 boxes, that's what they had in the first question, right? Then C equals the total number of cards is 25 times 12, right? if B equals 40 boxes, then C equals what? Which was how many boxes? Or how many cards? Well, that's going to equal to 300 cards, you said? Okay, so then my equation is C equals B, the number of boxes, right? Times 12. That's your equation. C, which is the total number of cards, is equal to B, which is the number of boxes, times 12. Do you see that, Grayson? So I'm going to have you go over this on your own, okay? But this is done. And that concludes today's stuff.